The glass walls of Meridian Global Systems gleamed against the Manhattan skyline, each reflection a promise of perfection. But for Nathan Carter, perfection shattered at 11:47 p.m. A single red alert blinked on his monitor. Then another. Then dozens. Within moments, 15 years of his empire began to die in front of him. Financial data vanished. Servers screamed with cascading errors. The $12 billion merger he was signing at dawn dissolved before his eyes. Outside, New York pulsed indifferently. Inside, the king of the tower sat powerless. Then came the footsteps, soft, steady, followed by the squeak of a cleaning cart. A woman in a blue janitor's uniform paused at his door, startled to find him there. Her eyes, sharp, gray, unafraid, met his. "Don't worry," Nathan muttered bitterly. "Just watching my life burn." "Are you okay, sir?" she asked gently, voice tinged with an accent that he laughed hollowly. "Define okay." Her gaze slid to the screens. "That's a cyber attack." Nathan froze. "Excuse me?" She nodded once. "I used to work in cybersecurity, before life happened." "May I?" He hesitated, then stepped aside. Hope, something he hadn't felt all night, stirred faintly. The janitor might be the only person who could save him. Lucy Rivera's fingers flew across Nathan's keyboard, code streaming like a storm of light. The red chaos on his screens began to bend to her will. "Who are you?" Nathan demanded. "Someone who doesn't let things die before trying to save them," she said calmly. In minutes, she navigated directories his own engineers hadn't found. "Backup servers linked?" "No." "Good. That's your miracle." Her hands moved faster, lines of code racing across the monitors like heartbeats. Slowly, the crimson alerts turned green. Systems rebooted, data flickered back to life. Nathan stared in disbelief. "Is this real?" Lucy allowed herself a faint smile. "Your empire's breathing again, Mr. Carter. Just needed CPR." He let out a shaky laugh. "How can I ever thank you?" "Don't," she said softly. "Just fix what's broken outside the system, too." When dawn spilled through the windows, the monitors glowed with one message: "System restored successfully." Nathan turned to her. "You saved everything." Lucy looked at the sunrise. "No, you just finally let someone help." The first employees arrived to find their CEO and a janitor sharing cold coffee among humming screens. They had no idea the woman in blue had just changed the fate of Meridian Global forever. Morning sunlight sliced through glass walls as Nathan faced his board. "I want you all to meet the reason we're still standing, Lucy Rivera." Whispers rippled. The new head of cybersecurity wore the same blue uniform as the night before. Ryan Campbell, CTO, scoffed. "You're saying the janitor fixed what an entire department couldn't?" "That's exactly what I'm saying," Nathan replied evenly. "Starting today, she leads a new division, reporting directly to me." Shock froze the room. Ryan's jaw tightened, but he stayed silent. Afterward, he cornered Nathan. "You're making a mistake." "I know what I saw," Nathan said coldly. "She's earned this." Lucy returned that afternoon with a new badge, no mop in sight. As she entered her new office, Nathan smiled. "Everything you need is here." "Then let's rebuild," she said. Days turned into weeks. Lucy's brilliance electrified the company. Investors returned, headlines praised Meridian's comeback. Yet beneath the applause, she felt eyes watching, waiting for her to fail, but she didn't know that one pair of those eyes hid more than jealousy. They hid a secret that could burn everything again. Weeks after the crisis, Lucy saw something strange in the logs, encrypted transmissions leaving the network. "These match the old attack signatures," she told Nathan. "But they're coming from inside." "You mean someone here?" he asked, frowning. "I can't prove it yet, but whoever it is knows our system too well. She began tracing the intrusions. One login repeated after midnight, always the same device, hidden behind proxies. The name that surfaced chilled her, Ryan Campbell. That night she brought the evidence to Nathan. He was the entry point, she said, showing the data. Nathan stared, disbelief cracking into fury. Are you sure? Absolutely. But if we expose him now, the real people behind this will vanish. We let him think he's safe, and follow the trail. Nathan studied her. Dangerous. So was trusting me, she replied. The next nights became a hunt, Ryan's digital shadow leading them deeper into a web of deceit that reached far beyond Meridian's walls. Lucy set decoy servers packed with fake data. Every keystroke Ryan made would now expose him. Sleep vanished, adrenaline became her fuel. Then came the warning, a text from an unknown number. Stop digging or you'll regret it. Her pulse quickened. Someone knew. She forwarded it to Nathan. Minutes later, he called. You okay? I'm fine, she said. But this proves we're close. That night, she found a GPS tracker under her car. The enemy wasn't distant, they were watching her every move. Nathan wanted police, Lucy refused. If we alert them, they'll disappear. Let's make them think I'm blind. Together, they stayed in the office past midnight, the building silent. At 11:40 p.m., the cameras flickered. Ryan Campbell stepped through the door. Working late, he sneered. Always, Lucy said calmly. Funny, he muttered, moving closer. Your job seems to involve digging into mine. The lights snapped on. Nathan stepped out. It's over, Ryan. Ryan froze, eyes dark. You think you know who's behind this? Meridian already belongs to Neuraline. He shoved a folder into Nathan's chest and fled. When security reached the lobby, Ryan was gone. At dawn, Lucy's code traced Ryan's digital trail to an anonymous firm in California, Neuraline Systems. They're bribing people inside our network, she told Nathan. Maybe investors. He rubbed his temples. If this leaks, we lose everything again. Then we expose them, on our terms, Lucy said firmly. Nathan watched her, realizing trust had become their only weapon. For days, they combed through encrypted archives, uncovering hidden payments, forged contracts, and shadow emails. Then came the shock. Valerie Stone, Meridian's CFO, was authorizing financial transfers to Neuraline subsidiaries. Nathan's heart sank. She's been with me since the start. That's what makes betrayal easier to hide, Lucy replied. They prepared a sting, a fake financial server filled with trackers. The moment Valerie accessed it, they'd have her. 3 nights later, the trap triggered. Valerie's credentials appeared in the system. She was inside. Liv, she's doing it right now, Lucy whispered. Nathan's voice hardened. We end this tonight. They drove through silent Manhattan to a glass tower downtown. Inside, Valerie stood by her computer, perfectly calm, as if waiting. Nathan, she said warmly, you shouldn't be here. You sold us out, he replied. She smiled thinly. I didn't destroy what wasn't already rotten. Lucy stepped forward. Freedom doesn't come from betrayal. Valerie's smirk faltered when Lucy pressed a key. Her screen froze. Data uploading to federal servers. It's over, Lucy said quietly. You think this ends with me? Valerie hissed. There are people far beyond you. Maybe, Nathan said, but tonight, it ends with you. Within minutes, agents arrived. Valerie's last glance at Lucy was ice. Heroes fall harder. By morning, every headline screamed the same story. Meridian CFO arrested in cyber-espionage scandal. Shockwaves tore through Wall Street, but instead of collapse, sympathy grew. Nathan and Lucy's transparency turned scandal into salvation. Investors returned. The company's value soared. In her quiet office, Lucy finally exhaled. For the first time, she allowed herself to rest. Nathan entered, smiling wearily. "You're going home?" "Just for one night," she said. "To remember what daylight looks like." He hesitated. "You fixed everything, except maybe me." She smiled softly. "Some systems take longer to repair." Outside, the city lights shimmered, a reflection of two people who'd fought hell and somehow found trust in the fire. Months passed. Meridian thrived again. Nathan unveiled a new research center, the Rivera Innovation Lab. Lucy stared at the sign, stunned. "You didn't have to." "I wanted to," Nathan said. "Because without you, none of this exists." She laughed, shaking her head. "You're getting sentimental." "Maybe honest," he replied, then he pulled a small box from his pocket, a ring catching the server lights. "You once said saving something doesn't mean owning it. It means caring enough to fight. I've been fighting to tell you this." Lucy's eyes softened. "I chose this long ago, you just didn't notice." He smiled. "Then I'm finally paying attention." The story of Meridian's rebirth spread worldwide. But for Nathan and Lucy, the miracle wasn't in the headlines, it was in the quiet nights when code hummed like music and trust felt real. One rainy evening, they left the building together. The city lights shimmered off wet streets, reflections dancing in their eyes. "You know," Lucy said, slipping her arm through his, "miracles don't come from the sky. They come from people who refuse to quit." Nathan looked at her, voice low. "Then you're the only miracle I'll ever need." Behind them, Meridian Global glowed against the skyline, a monument not to power, but to redemption, courage, and the invisible woman who had changed everything.